whatever reactive card.
Oh, nice play. Osip tapped out at the end of Mark's turn to play that telling time, and Herbert Holtz took the opportunity to throw in a char that could not get remanded.
Okay, here goes the Signet. If he rips land, he might go for the Solitude, but I doubt it. I think he's just going to
smash. 2 Curd Apes into the red zone.
No, that's a...
That drops Osip to 4.
That's the Watch Wolf, whatever it's called. Scatman Mauler.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think he's just going to 10th Street here.
10th Street full again.
Has to go for the Mono League.
Yep. Mana League's 10th Street defends his Signet.
So
what does he draw here? Does he have a game?
Attack or something?
What does he do? His hand is Remand, Electrolyze, Compulsive Research, Compulsive Research?
It's almost impossible for him to win, I think. Oh, yeah. Osip's life is
5.
Yeah, lethal's in play.
Yeah, I think those creatures are lethal.
He had to rip Moloku, then rip land to play Kega.
So he goes Electrolyze and crosses his fingers?
No, there's nothing. If he has to Electrolyze. Oh, he Electrolyzed into land and then Pyroclasm.
Wow.
But he's telling times. I think he knows what's on top. No,
he does not know what's on top.
So he can Electrolyze 1/1.
Electrolyze 1/1 and play Pyroclasms on top of his deck, or to play land for the Pyroclasm.
Just to leave a red up. It's actually a reasonable prayer here.
Yeah, I mean it's a long shot, but
if Easy doesn't draw land, then there's no Solitude for 1 turn. It's only Burning Tree.
Sure.
Oh, he goes for Compulsive Research? What does that do?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, Easy has Flames of the Blood Hand in his hand. I guess that technically only does 4. What is he Compulsive Researching for?
I don't know.
Does he have... He wants Repeal, I guess. Wants a Repeal Curd Ape for 2 mana? Oh, he didn't have the land in his hand, so the Pirate... Did he have Pirate? Oh, there it is. Mark Herbert Holtz. Wow, what a draw. Congratulations, Mark Herbert Holtz. 3-1. He defeats Osip Lebedovich, and then Heezy will be the American that goes through to the semifinals.
Wow.
Heezy will be representing the Beach House.
It looks like Tiago's up 2 games, right?
Tiago's up 2-0.
Tiago's sideboard of Blood Moon is so ineffective against Heezy's deck when compared to a
it's red-green instead of Zoo.
It's red-green. He's got Forest.
So we could have another Owl versus Zoo match in the semis.
Yeah, Heezy will just blow him out.
Wow, Mark Herbert Holtz is in great shape to go to the finals.
And then Heezy versus Olivier in the finals?
Or Craig Jones.
I'm picking Olivier still.
Heezy could easily win this Pro Tour. If he gets Craig Jones in the finals, he's got a nice deck matchup advantage. If even against Olivier, he's in decent shape.
I think any of those 3 players.
The only good one's Curd.
Wow. Mark Herbert Holtz.
I thought the matchup was closer than how it played out. But it all comes down to me winning game 1. I'm pretty sure.
All it comes, if I could,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just need to win game 1, and then I have a shot at winning.
It's like any game that I go turn 1 Curd Ape and turn 2 is powered up. I'm a pretty big favorite that game.
Whew. Mark Herbert Holtz 3-1. He's through to the semis. Craig Jones 3-0. He's through to the semis. Jones will play the winner of Olivier Ruel and Max Brox. They're still in game 2, whereas Heezy plays the winner of Tiago Chan and Ruud Varmenhoven. They are about to start game 3.
Are you going to root for whichever American passed? So now it's Heezy?
No, I mean, I like both guys. I thought Osip's deck was powerful enough that he could force the late game and draw threats, but, I mean, Gruul did what Gruul was supposed to do, right?
No.
It just came out smashing.
What I'm saying is we were rooting for Osip before, but now that Heezy's the American, is that who you think is going to win? I think Heezy has a good chance of winning this one.
I think he's got a good chance of winning. I think I kind of like the Beach House story. You know, it's funny. People have compared the Beach House to the Magic Colony.
It's not the same thing at all.
It's very different, but it's similar in some ways in that you had a group of guys who decided to go somewhere unusual and just spend a month together preparing for the Pro Tour. And last time that happened, one of those guys wound up winning the Pro Tour.
Fair enough.
Ken Ho pulled the trick off in Osaka.
Isn't the story Ken Ho didn't actually test at all? He just made, and then he hated his still life so much that he stopped siding them in.
Yep. 6.
Yep. Osip. But top.
Did Tiago win?
He's up 2.
Okay.
There you get a good look at Olivier Ruel. He is mired in Game 2 against Max Brox. I'll keep bringing you updates on that. But Tiago Chan and Ruud Warmenhoven are about to start their third game, and Tiago could clinch that. So we're going to go try to catch coverage of Tiago and Ruud as they start their third game.
Do you ever ask yourself questions like, why do the Ruel brothers never play the same deck?
Well, they have very different testing experiences here for this one.
But they never played the same deck. Like, they played opposite decks in LA. One of them played with 3 Psychotogs, one of them played with 3 Arcbound Ravagers.
It's true. The Olivier Ruel story is a little weird. He actually had visa problems. There's some strange thing going on where, like, the European Union has agreed to certain passport rules that France isn't honoring or something, and so as a result, in order for French citizens with new passports to travel to the United States, they have to get a special visa. And Olivier's passport just expired. So he had to go to Switzerland and get some crazy special visa in order to even be able to come to this Pro Tour.
Good.
I think he thought for a long time he wasn't going to be able to make the trip at all.
Good thing he showed.
Yeah, no. Here he is, last minute, gets the visa. Literally, like, went to Switzerland Tuesday, managed to pull off the visa, and here he is, and now here he is sitting in the top 8.
I heard Nassif had a similar problem.
I believe he and Gabe were in the same situation, yeah. They both had the same first Pro Tour. It was that Team Pro Tour in New York. No, that's not right.
No. Olivier was already a standout in team by the time
Yeah, you're right. I think both their passports expired in that little window where this problem kicked in.
So let's talk about these. Who are we looking at? Ruud versus Tiago? Is Tiago phased out? What happened? It wasn't guided.
Oh, Tiago went to use the restroom. Sure. Well, while Tiago uses the restroom, I don't mind having a chance to catch my breath, actually. This has been quite a run. Hello, welcome to those of you out there on the internet.
Hello.
This is Mike Flores. I'm Randy Bueller. We are enjoying this quarterfinals. It's Heasy and Craig Jones through. It'd be hilarious to me if this whole Pro Tour comes down to little monsters battling little monsters in the finals.
Gruel.
Could be Gruel versus Zoo.
I mean, Zoo is, they're buddies with Gruel. They're like neighbors. They're like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hanging out to stomping grounds.
Tiago Chan might get through with that owl deck. Olivier Ruel, a little white-black aggro. Very aggressive top 8. I find it interesting that there's a bunch of control decks and a bunch of good players who played control decks, whether it's Gifts or Greater Good or, any number of the slow decks. But it's the fast decks that actually rose to the top of the Swiss.
The main issue that these control decks have, I think, is a complete inability to stop the opponent from doing what they want to do. Like, the black-white long game decks, they top out on 7s. Their 7 just a glorified Vindicate, or they cast Debtors now. And, like, if they have a 5/5 fly or whatever, like, they can't really legitimately stop someone if they don't have a sufficient card advantage.
Do you think it's because they actually can't stop anyone, or is it because they didn't know what the threats were that they were going to have to deal with? Like, I think it could easily be. I forget who wrote the article, but there was a pretty good article I read recently where it was arguing that formats start out fast and aggressive because the aggressive decks are maybe a little easier to build, and then they build up, and then control decks eventually take over the format.
I wrote that article.
Was that your article?
Yeah.
All right, it was a good article. The control decks take over the format eventually because now the control players know what the puzzle is that they have to solve. It's kind of an interesting theory.
I'm not sure what the problem was. It's just, honestly, it seems to me like there's just so many things that can go wrong in a wide format that you're testing against 20 decks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even just what you're saying, which is you don't know what to aim at. There's a lot of like really general answers that you can play. Cards like Ivory Mask can counter both Gifts Ungiven and Flames of the Blood Hand to the head.
Right.
Just as an example. But if issues like if your top of your curve is a 7 and you missed your 3rd land drop or you didn't hit your Orzhov Signet, you're gonna die to a giant Solifuge every time. And the aggressive decks are just better than they've been in a long time.
Well, it looks like Tiago Chan is back from the restroom, and they are ready to play. So let's go back down to the game. Ruud Warmenhoven is running off a mulligan in this game. He's on the right of your screen. Portuguese player Tiago Chan is on the left of your screen. Ruud led with an Isamaru. Steam vents for Tiago. So Tiago leads this 2-0. If Ruud wants to go to the semifinals, he's going to have to rattle off 3 straight.
Wow, what a
He
poor
plays
hand.
Castigate. We get to see that Tiago's hand is